Dear friends, Democratic U.S. Representative Henry Cuellar of Texas and his wife were indicted on conspiracy and bribery charges and taken into custody Friday in connection with a U.S. Department of Justice probe into the couple's ties to the former Soviet Republic of Azerbaijan. According to Fox News, the indictment is connected to an investigation into allegations that the couple accepted $600,000 in bribes from an energy company based in Azerbaijan and a Mexican bank in exchange for advancing the former Soviet Republic's interests in the United States. I swear this scandal rings a bell, but I can't put my finger on it, so let's stay focused on the matter at hand. Among other things, Cuellar agreed to influence legislation favorable to Azerbaijan and deliver a pro-Azerbaijan speech on the floor of the U.S. House, the indictment states. In 2022, federal law enforcement conducted raids on Cuellar's house and office as part of an investigation into a group of U.S. businessmen and their ties to Azerbaijan. At the time, the representative and his office agreed to cooperate with the ongoing investigation. So wait a minute, two questions just came to mind, and I think many of you will also be wondering, how common are corruption cases among politicians in the U.S., and what implications could this scandal have for Biden's bid for a second term? But better, let's continue with the news, and in the end try to answer these questions.
U.S. Representative Henry Cuellar has responded to the recent charges against him with a firm assertion of his innocence. Despite being indicted on federal conspiracy and bribery charges related to his ties with the former Soviet Republic of Azerbaijan, Cuellar remains steadfast in his bid for an 11th term in Congress. He stated, "Everything I have done in Congress has been to serve the people of South Texas."
Oh my God, let's be honest, Jim Carrey is not as funny as this guy.
The couple surrendered to authorities, made an initial appearance before a federal judge in Houston, and were each released on a $100,000 bond. Cuellar's family is a political fixture along the border, with his brother serving as the sheriff in Laredo and his sister running as a Democratic candidate for state representative. The Texas representative also defended his wife's qualifications and character, emphasizing her accomplishments and work experience in banking, tax, and consulting. "The allegation that she is anything but qualified and hardworking is wrong and offensive," he added.
What could be the sentence for Henry Cuellar of Texas if he is found guilty? If Henry Cuellar is found guilty of the conspiracy and bribery charges, he could face a significant sentence. In general, such felony crimes carry a maximum penalty of up to 20 years in federal or state prison, as well as a fine of up to $250,000. Despite the legal challenges, Cuellar predicts that he will win re-election in the fall, because even if you don't believe it, this guy will run again for elections. His case will be closely watched, given his status as a moderate Democrat who has seldom faced tough re-election battles in the past. The jury trial is tentatively scheduled to begin on July 8th. Corruption cases among politicians in the U.S. are not uncommon. According to a report, there were a total of 19,634 public corruption convictions across the United States over the past decade, with 695 public officials, federal employees, and government contractors convicted in 2018 alone. In federal-level corruption litigation, fraud was the first charged conduct in 44.1% of cases and bribery in 41%. These statistics indicate that while corruption is not pervasive, it is a significant issue that affects the public sector.
The scandal involving Democratic U.S. Representative Henry Cuellar could have implications for President Biden's re-election campaign. While the direct impact on Biden may be limited, as the allegations are specific to Cuellar, it does present a challenge for the Democratic Party as a whole. The situation could potentially be used by political opponents to criticize the party's integrity and effectiveness in combating corruption within its ranks. Moreover, if Cuellar, a moderate Democrat, were to lose his seat or step down, it could affect the balance of power in Congress, which is often critical during an election year. The Democratic Party may need to distance itself from Cuellar to maintain its image and uphold the principle of zero tolerance for corruption. Especially during a re-election campaign where every seat and every perception of the party's ethics could influence voters, the case also raises broader questions about foreign influence in U.S. politics and could become a talking point in the election, particularly if the trial and media coverage coincide with the campaign season. Overall, while the scandal is primarily a concern for Cuellar and his constituents, it does have the potential to reverberate at the national level, affecting the political narrative and voter sentiment during an election cycle.